Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to a high level game of StarCraft 2 between, in the top right as the red Terran player, the Western European, the Cowboy, playing for Team NUKES. And in the bottom left we have a Barcode in this beautiful ladder match of low Grandmaster European StarCraft. Some people ask me what the greatest StarCraft in the world is. And if someone is filming me, I'll say that high-level StarCraft is the best. But when I'm alone, after 2 beers, and I want to watch something that makes me happy, I like to watch 5.5k players duke it out. It is by far the most entertaining, because there's the intention to play high-level StarCraft is there, but the execution is at times slightly lacking, at times absolutely perfect, and at other times it just goes wrong. The theory often is there, but the execution, well, it ain't quite it, my friends. As we see the Cowboy switching over his barracks and his factory. The third CC is in the main base as well. Triple CC opener, second gas being built on the low ground. This is what we call the lazy refinery. It is optimal to take the refinery in the main base, but it is really easy to take it in the natural because you're already rallying your main and your natural CC in towards your natural. So a lazy refinery here for the Cowboy as our Barcode Zerg player continues spreading the creep forward. So far the Cowboy has been capable of getting a single kill, that is on a Zergling. Wow, that's really cool, and that was a second kill, and I think it was a cleaning bot, as the first 2 Hellions make their way across the map right now. Starport changes on to the tech lab, and the orbital command starts as well. Cloak should start soon, and we're heading into a beautiful game of Terran versus Zerg here on Hardwire. Hardwire, one of the maps that is usually considered to be a slightly Zerg favorite map, not by too much. Oh, drone gets taken out. Cool little move there out of the Cowboy. He is a straight shooter and he took out that drone real fast. Queens with some nice movement though, making sure that these Hellions and Reaper cannot get too much done. So they start rotating towards the far left side, but giving his opponent a lot of time to get in position. Like I said, the intention to deal damage is there, but the moves are just a little bit too slow and the Zerg player will not quite fall for it. Triple SCV production is happening though. Baneling Nest on the way for the Zerg. And now I'm wondering, what will we see? What is going to be the answer to this most likely 8 Hellion double Banshee start here for the Cowboy? And so far it seems to be, well, this is a second, third, well actually just 2 gases. 2 gases total, no Evo chambers, fast layer. Couple of Hellions are going to get taken out here, and that leaves the total of Hellions at 5 as 3 will fall, 2 still at home. Should start making their way across the map right about now. And, well, what's the creep spread like? Creep spread in the middle is fine, towards the left side is okay, towards the right side honestly is quite healthy as well. Fort base is coming in soon as the creep continues spreading. Does this block the hatchery? I think it barely does not. Now there's definitely space for a hatchery there. Hellions were AFK for a little bit, but now we'll start marching towards that right side. Barracks are being built at home. Barracks 4 and 5 on the way already. As the factory flies over towards the tech lab to start producing a couple of tanks. Now we could be seeing something along the lines of a tank push. Could of course also be something else. These Banshees, well, they're flying completely through vision. Not quite cloaked yet, and this will alert the Barcode Zerg player to send his queens over towards the third base. Banshees will most likely not be capable of doing too much, although in the main base there's not that much in position. Only a single queen, single spore as well, and here come the Banshees on hold position at a distance. Will be able to deal at least a little bit of damage. At the same time we see the Cowboy slightly supply block as this SCV is stuck in eBay jail. This is something that does happen. He's going to be patrolling there for, well, a little while at least, until the first medevacs are out and the pickup can happen. Medevacs, marines and tanks being produced right now. So the first tank is already out, second tank is on the way. Stim is about to finish up and combat shield should be queued up straight after. We'll have to wait and see what the plans are here for the Cowboy. 4 depots on the way as well as an armory. Most likely these Hellions will stay at home to deal with any type of run by. The second factory starts as well. We have a Hydra then here for the Zerg player who's only on 71 workers. often in this phase of the game we see Zerg players on, well, 75, 78, sometimes 80, 82 workers. Not quite the case right now. The Cowboy starts marching across the map, getting ready to shoot something. The question is, what will he be capable of taking out? A couple of tumors to start with. Combat shield is not being built yet, by the way. That is an error. I don't think that is on purpose. Ooh, +1 also being delayed. That definitely is not on purpose. That is a mistake. This is very unfortunate. No combat shield. Yeah, starting now, but that's way too late. Usually combat shield is supposed to finish up together with 1-1. And if your armory also finishes, you have a really powerful 1-1 tank marine push. With a couple of Hellbats in there as well right now. That is not quite going to be the case as there's no combat shield and, well, there's only +1 armor. So this push is just going to get cleaned up. 800 minerals in the bank at the same time for the Cowboy. There's some money in the bank as well for the Zerg player. Infestation pit on the way already, and we'll start tacking into a hive after this gets completely cleaned up. Nice target fire. We'll take out one bailing there, but yeah, I don't think this was the push that will change the game. Slightly overstimmed as well, these Marines. We'll need to be careful. It's the APM for the Zerg currently at 450, for the Terran at 309. 3 extra barracks on the way already. Fort base finishes up right now. Could start flying over right at this moment. Actually a bit of a worker lead as well for the Terran player. Oi, 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 oi. Zerg struggling in this game as the medevac drop hits the far right side. The question now is, wait, where is the rest of the medevacs? There's only 2 medevacs right now. Yeah, these are Banshees. They're not going to be too useful. Banshees will make their way in towards the 5th base. As 8 gases are being taken. Lurker then is on the way as well. And, well, it feels at this point that, well, once again, +2 armor starting before +2 attack. That's not a good look. That really is not a good look. Now, these Banshees are going to deal a little bit of damage and we'll try to fly away. Triple tanks and 2 medevacs. This is so many Marines for just 2 medevacs though. That is not what is supposed to happen. Not a single drone yet over here, as perhaps these creep tumors can be taken out by this little drop. I don't think a committal would be the correct call, but perhaps there's no attention being paid right now. One officer gets sniped down. These queens will stay alive. One queen does end up dying. Second queen falls as well. A medevac and 5 marines for, well, what was it? 2 queens. Not the greatest trade, perhaps. Still no +2 attack here, as the +2 armor is steadily upgrading. This is going to be a very painfully upgraded game for the Cowboy, who already has a 5th and a 6th base on the way. Could turn, of course, into orbitals, or at least could turn one of these into orbital commands. You have a bit of a run by. This is every single Zergling that's on the map currently is right now near the Cowboy's 4th base, and we'll try to cancel this command center. Command center does not get cancelled. That was a straight up kill. Does get rebuilt immediately because there's plenty of minerals in the bank. There's more where that came from. Ghost Academy gets thrown down as well. +2 attack still not starting. This is becoming a little bit painful here for the Terran player, who's also lacking in the medevac count still. Only 4 medevacs with this main army, 2 medevacs with the left side. There's way too many Marines though, and 8 to 10 medevacs should be out already at this point. That's not quite the case. More mines are being produced, all just idling next to this factory for whatever reason. Not being utilized in any type of push. Walk straight up creep, does not scan yet. Surely that's a mistake. Yep, there we go. Now we see the scan. A lot of the creep will get taken out. I'm wondering what all of these mines are doing here. Would definitely be useful to have in well, in some part of the army. Get some type of a split. These banelings, will they be capable of connecting? And a minor connection, and we see the pickup. At the same time we have this army moving forward. And a lot of marauders here as well. Still, how many mines is this? This is what, 8? 8 mines, 2 more on the way. So 8 mines, 16 supply currently not being utilized. Would definitely help boost this army a little bit, I feel like. And would make it feel a bit safer. Finally +2 attack starts. 11 minutes and 28 seconds into the game. We have the +2 infantry weapon starting for the Cowboy. And at the same time our Zerg player, not the greatest creep spread, we have to admit it. We have to admit it. A couple of these lurkers are out already with seismic spines as well. And this position honestly is getting ready to be overrun at any point. There are 2 medevacs. What is this move? Look at that. And they move back and forth so fast. Ay. This is a fight off creep, but still doesn't look too good here for the Terran player. It's gonna get completely overrun. Tanks will get taken out. There's 2 more tanks in the back. Actually, 3 more tanks in the back will deal at least a little bit of damage. There's so much money as the Cowboy gets completely pushed back. And now finally starts using the mines, but that is just a little bit too late. This is what, 8 mines? They were just at home the entire time, and it's just not brilliant. 5 marine drop is dealing a little bit of damage. We'll start working on these medevacs as well, or on these drones as well. The Queens take out all the medevacs, a couple of transfuses, and this army will get cleaned up. But perhaps this little drop won some time that was desperately needed. Perhaps for a couple of extra tanks to come out. There's, I think, triple factory out currently. 2 factories producing tanks, 1 factory producing pure mines. 5th base right now is being lifted, and that is after 2 extra command centers have been added into the mix. Barcode Zerg moves into the 3rd base. There's nothing there to defend it, and perhaps that is best, because I just don't think there are enough units to currently defend a low ground. Lingbane moves on to the ramp and actually to get some decent hits here. There's 2 ghosts in this army. There's 3 more ghosts on the way as well. Don't forget that this army is only on +2 upgrades, +2 infantry weapons against a 3-3 Zerg army. Terrible upgrades truly for the Cowboy. And there's a bit of a bailing run by, but that should be cleaned up. At least a big part of it will get cleaned up, and I think the planetary will take care of the rest. Sensor tower will get taken out. A couple of workers will fall. As this orbital also lands in front of 25 Hydralisks, not the optimal play. And as a result will also die. I'm not quite sure what this is, but this seems somewhat risky. Perhaps a snipe could help. Ran out of range, but wouldn't have gotten it anyway, so perhaps not the end of the world. Ghost count steadily growing. Tank count also increasing every second. Planetary gets built at the 5th base. And 66 workers against 86. Army supply in favor of the Terran now. And with these tank positions, there's actually some potential, maybe? There is a chance that this is okay. It does not feel like there's going to be any type of major frontal attack in which the Terran can be broken. There are just too many tanks currently. There's a big bioforce and there's a lot of ghosts. So running into a position will be hard. There needs to be some type of trick. Either like a run by towards the right side and then a break towards the middle. Something needs to happen, which is not happening right now. +3 finally starting, 14 minutes, 45 seconds into the game. 3 more command centers on the way as well. One of those, of course, on the 3rd base. So here comes the move forward. Couple of snipes will take out these lurkers. And immediately Barcode Zerg decides to move back. At the same time, we have a huge run by in towards this base. Liberators get sieged up. Ghosts start moving in position, but all of the tanks will get taken out, and that's a painful loss. This is the move that I was talking about earlier, as Ghosts kind of control this ramp area for now. You see the Link still going ham in this base. 65 workers. So new tanks are being sent over. 2 Liberators are also in position, will help kind of fortify this base. Of course, it's not going to be a planetary. How many orbitals are there actually currently on the map? There are currently 4 orbitals. 2 more on the way. 1 more over here. So that's going to go up to 7 orbitals. And we'll give plenty of scans. Not enough medevacs in this army to actually continuously heal it up. As a result, the army will move back. Creep spread denial has been okay during this game, or perhaps the creep spread hasn't been that brilliant. Greater Spires on the way as well. That is definitely going to help. Command center gets thrown down here. What is this? Is this SCV building the CC, or is he repairing this Liberator? As repairing the Liberator. It looked like it was building the CC for a second, but I guess wanted to really repair that lib. 6 spies on the way as well. It feels like the Zerg player is playing this a little bit too slow. There's no real pressure on the Terran, and it felt like there were some opportunities here for Zerg to do anything, or just to do something. These lurkers now start working on the rocks. That's a lot of lurkers, by the way. 20 lurkers. Greater Spire on the way. A couple of decent snipes. Oh, here come up ducks. No, EMPs will hit. 2, 3 ghosts will fall. All of these banelings most likely will also get taken out. 1 more ghost will die. But we immediately see more ghosts in production. 4 to be exact, and the ghost count will be brought up back to about 13, 14, 15. Seismic shockwave, or what's it called? Enhanced shockwave, as well as personal cloaking being queued up here as the Cowboy realizes that these EMPs on the Vipers did not do quite as much as they should have. More Liberators being built as well to secure extra positions. This orbital command could turn into a command, or this command center could turn into an orbital command at any point now. There's actually some movement here. For the first time in a while, we see the Cowboy moving on the map, trying to take out creep tumors, as this lurker army is trying to catch this bio army, but plenty of stims available. And every single time the Cowboy sees the lurker army somewhere, he decides to move in a different direction, clear a little bit of creep, keep the ghost at home for defense. So kind of just defending with Ghost Tank Liberator while having a small mobile bio army on the map seems to be paying off, at least defensively. 6 Broodlords are on the way right now, and the question is the Cowboy ready for that? Is there something that the Cowboy can do to deal with these Broodlords? I think so far the answer is no. Tank is going to help out as the ghosts also rotate towards the bottom side. 15 ghosts are out, plus 2 vehicle weapons on the way. Against 6 Broodlords, what is it you want? Maybe a couple of Thors would be useful, of course. As once again we see that split army style. 66 workers, very low in the worker count. Perhaps a couple of snipes could help here. Once again, we just see these constant rotations. The ghost to the left side, and then the bio towards the right, and then the bio towards the left, and the ghost to the right. Just constantly alternating. Wherever the opponent is with the lurkers is where the bio does not want to go. And the ghost want to go where the Ling Bane isn't. Ghost actually marching quite far forward on the map. We'll try to snipe 2 of these Broodlords. We'll get it. As that bad boy also goes down. Lurkers moving forward. Quick scan. Could perhaps snipe a couple more. Yes, let's get a snipe. Ooh, good EMPs as well. And takes out 1 more Viper. At the same time, this army on the right side is taking out a lot of bases. Feels like the Cowboy is kind of back into this game right now. Personal cloaking on the way. The bottom right side base also going well. So 2 bases get taken out. A couple of decent trades right now for the Cowboy. And another important point to note is that the Zerg so far hasn't really been capable of mining from this base, and it looks like we're heading to a bit of a split map scenario right now. 2 nukes are on the way, Neural Parasite as well coming out. We've seen Dark make usage of these infestors, neuraling a single ghost just to EMP the other ghost, and it works absolutely brilliantly, I have to admit. Holy crap. 17 lurkers, 10 Broodlords. Plus 3 range as well. Oi, 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 oi. This bio army is going to need to do some real damage. The creep has been denied pretty nicely. A pretty big way. 5 more command centers on the way. Lots of money in the bank. And 2 of these command centers on the far right side as well. Snipes are being used on the left, as the main bio army currently is just idling, but perhaps could start moving forward. And here it goes. We'll start moving in right now. 2 lurkers are here to protect it. The Cowboy should be aware of that. And with a split, could definitely take this out. Here we go. Quick scan to deal with it. Split is good. No scan, no scan. Perhaps no energy available. As, well, every single bio unit is going to get taken out. Another stim gets used. Go start moving in. Yeah, I just believe there's not a single scan available. The base is going to get taken out, but at what cost? Entire bio army gets wiped off the map. And with that bio army, also the reason for this Broodlord lurker army to stay home. This was kind of painful, honestly. Nuke is being landed. I think this is the first or the second nuke. Well, this bad boy already has 25 kills, so probably the second nuke. Uh-oh. Okay, does spot the dot this time around. Poof. Go kill something here. Same time we see another ghost moving towards the bottom side. Could try and kill this this base with a cheeky nuke. Is this in range of the spore? No, it barely isn't. Let's see what the Zerg is doing right now. Oh, it does spot it. And as a result, we'll end up evacuating quickly enough. Base survives with 10 HP. Lots of Broodlords. More Ghost Academies on the way in the main base. We'll go up to 5 Ghost Academies, building 5 nukes at the same time. At least that should be the goal, I guess. Do you have another nuke coming in here? 27 kill Ghost. Do you want to do something, buddy? And the answer for now seems to be no. Ghosts in the middle can't do too much here though, can they? Bio army starts moving towards the far right side. There's a lot of tanks still at home. There really is a lot of tanks still at home. But without Thors, how are you ever going to fight against Brute Lords is the real question for me. That seems difficult. Ghosts are cloaking up. Overseer's far away. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I think 2 Brood Lords end up falling there. A couple of Ghosts will also get taken out. It's not the greatest trade. Bio at the same time moving in. Now there's a scan available to kill these lurkers. Base gets taken out as well. Full-on base trade scenario. 4 Thors are on the way. A couple of Vikings also being produced. I don't think there's any upgrades out for that yet. No, there's not only vehicle weapons level 2, not even level 3 yet. Defensive nuke being utilized right now. Might actually catch this Thor if this Thor isn't careful. Thor might just be able to make it home in time. Does make it home in time, and the nuke also hits absolutely nothing. At the same time, this bio army continues pushing forward. There are some reinforcements here. I see a couple of links floating around the map, trying to get some damage. It's turning into a bit of a base trade scenario. A couple of ports being built, starports that is, at the... I don't even know what base is it, like the 6th, 7th base or whatever. At the same time, a lot of these orbital commands are in danger, should start trying to float away. Another defensive nuke is trying to get utilized here. Not too sure if this is going to work out though. Is our good friend aware of it? He's perhaps looking for a ghost or just trying to build bases. I don't think he knows where the nuke is. He's going to miss it. And he almost flew into that, buddy. Almost flew into that, but not quite. Left side base is still mining. There's still a bio army over, well, the remnants of a bio army. Thors as well as Ghost left over here trying to defend this. We'll start moving towards, what is this, the 4th base. Liberators as well. As the Cowboy decides to go home with absolutely everything right now. Not quite sure if he can actually defend here. I don't think so. I don't think these Liberators are contributing whatsoever in this fight. Here we go. Big parasitic bomb as we now see this army moving out across the map. I think that is the correct call. At the same time, big Viking production starting as well. So pretty cool. Just going for a base trade with this army and saying, hey, oh my god. The invisible face-off. Look at that. They don't know about one another. If only they knew. Oh, both of them would love to have that info. But yeah, I like this base trade call a lot here. I wouldn't mind if there's a couple of lurkers. One lurker at home, bunch of banelings being built as well. Single liberator is going to, well, take out at least one queen. Second queen is going to also fall. The AI being stupid there and forcing the queen to start attacking that lib. A couple of hydras. Oh! There was no micro whatsoever. Slightly too late there with the control, and a lot of Terran units just ended up falling there. There are a lot of Vikings on the way. There's still some bio in the main base right now. Could get somewhat evacuated, I guess, by these medevacs. The Baneling Nest is going to get taken out. There's nothing here. Are there any nukes available? Where do you see that? I think it's the unit tab. That's where the nukes are. Oh, here come the Hydras. No Overseers with this, though, which means that these Ghosts can just get a couple of snipes in. Chop, chop, chop. And there go the Hydra list. Medevacs will stay alive for now. 2 more chop chops. No. No, not going to be the case. Overseers might get taken out. No, not quite. What's happening? I'm quite sure what the Cowboy is looking at. He's down a crap ton in army supply. Down 100 army supply almost. But has way more bases. Way more money. And a lot of that army supply right now is in Corruptor Broodlord. And if these Vikings do end up coming out, that could be a huge issue here for the Zerg player. Now there's still 2 orbitals, there's 2 planetaries here on the right side as well. Couple of depots being built. There's plenty of things. There's not a single depot currently on the map. And in order to build barracks, you need a depot. So that's why the depot currently is being built. Not because the Cowboy requires more supply. Well, that's pain. Big EMP there on the infestors as well. But I don't think this position can be broken. Not with this army at least. There are a lot of Vikings. 20. Against 11 Corruptors. And 2 Vipers. I think that is a winning fight for the Vikings. Here come the Vikings, somewhat pre-split. Ooh, are there any ghosts nearby that need to do something? No, ghosts are just idling. Both players just completely looking at this fight at this point. Right side base is still mining as well. And everything in the air is going to get taken out. There's a couple of lurkers still on the ground, which helps, of course. And that means that these ghosts can just move in and start dealing damage. Broodlords will continue pushing in and will most likely actually take out a base here. Second base is going to get targeted as well. Should be a lift rather quickly. It is actually kind of important that these bases get lift, because without these extra orbital commands, lurkers will be a pain to deal with. Supply is evening up right now. Lurker still alive. Planetary is going to get taken out. No, seems to be fine. There's no overseers left here. At least not with this army. Planetary dies. Both starports die as well. There's 4k in the bank currently. And the army supply is in favor of Terran. But 32 of the 67 army is in Vikings. Then there is some army supply in medevacs, and the real army here is practically non-existent. However, there are so little lurkers that pushing into a base is also impossible because of the ghost. So we kind of have a stalemate here between two players. One of the two has a lot of money but no production. The other has a lot of production but no money. I think in a straight up fight right now the Zerg would win the fight, but I think with a planetary and a defensive position... Actually, there's no snipes available. It's going to be hard. And for the next minute or so, there's going to be zero production whatsoever. 13 Hydras out already. Yeah, this army is way better right now for the Zerg player. This truly is an issue. Orbital command gets built here. As there's still some stuff over here as well. I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of extra factories and maybe a starport or something being thrown down. But because there's no barracks yet, none of these extra structures can be built. Vikings going for perhaps an overlord killing flank. Maybe want to harass one of these bases. At the same time, a couple of scans. I don't think there's that many scans available anymore. How many orbitals do we have left? We have 4 orbitals left. One of them is flying right now, so scans should be in big demand, honestly, in high demand. Vikings are going to land and try to take out this hatchery. They are not going to be successful in that endeavor. Two of them try to leave, but they will die as they hit the airspace. Triple factories on the way over here, so that's 3 more barracks. Ghost Academy could be useful. There we go. Ghost Academy is being built already, and that definitely could be useful. Entire army moves to kill a single lane, and that actually gives the Zerg player, the Barcode player, a little bit of wiggle room, and it allows him to move into position here to perhaps take out this base. Planetary is being repaired at a high pace, but it's not a high enough pace. Orbital commands also will get taken out. Will they? Yes, at least one of them will get taken out. Second one is trying to get the lift off, but will also die. And now all of a sudden the situation is looking very poor here for the Cowboy. He has some production on the far right side, but he's being outmined by the Zerg. He is massively supply block as well. Or massively, 83 out of 85. Triple factory, there's still a lot of money in the bank. And that is the only saving grace currently. Is these ghosts are just relaxing just outside of Zerg vision. Otherwise that could be an issue. A single fungo and boom, game ends. This is going to be 12 lurkers. 3 infestors, 15 hydras against 6 ghosts, 1 marauder and 5 marines. So basically the same army as 5 minutes ago. So the first structures are now coming online. Triple tank being built. Lurkers moving in towards this position. There's double planetaries, which is going to be very helpful. But I'm not quite sure if it's helpful enough. Triple turrets as well, so plenty of vision. Another turret gets built. Money, there's enough money here in the bank. So that is great at least. Ooh, Overseer getting taken out means that these ghosts can just cloak up. Yep, there we go, good cloak. Overseer is being built at home. It's not going to be in time. No snipes being utilized because that would be perhaps potentially exposing these ghosts. These lurkers try to drop. Vikings intercept the Overseer here. And the ghosts continue shooting down all of these lurkers, or at least trying to shoot down as many lurkers as they can. Ghosts move towards the high ground as the first few tanks are, well, where are they? Thought they were done. Yeah, there we go. First 3 tanks are done. More marines on the way. Command centers being built as well at the same time. Sensor tower being thrown down. As mining still in favor of the Zerg player, and also everything else in favor of the Zerg player. Up 30 supply. 3 tanks, 3 more popping out right now. So the army for Terran will look good. The Cowboy has a powerful army, but it's not a very big army, and there's still going to be 8 lurkers. The infestors are going to be super useful as well. So now this army is moving in position. There's not a single tank in the correct position, but perhaps a couple of snipes can take out these lurkers before they decide to burrow. 1 lurker, 2 lurkers will go down. Tanks might be capable of sieging up over here as well. 2 tanks might just end up dying though. Yeah, both of these tanks will fall. A lot of Hydras, well, will actually barely manage to stay alive. And right now the income... actually it's not looking too poor here for Terran. There's still decent production as well. Right side base, losing that sucks. But there's just not a lot of mining going on for the Zerg right now. This bottom base is going to be super important. That's why he's trying to get there. At the same time, we see the Terran moving forward. This is an army with 4 tanks. And 5 ghosts, 17 marines. Oh, it's going to catch 2 lurkers and 2 hydras for free. That's a very big deal. That means there's only 3 lurkers remaining. Army supply right now. The Cowboy looking pretty good here. Turrets being built as scans are probably running low. There is a single lifted orbital that will not be capable of scanning. Needs to burrow that if he wants to ever scan again in his life. Here come the lurkers. This orbital. This could be a game changer. This is the only one that is capable of scanning. There are a couple of turrets in position, which should be helpful. They probably wanted to move it forward towards this base or something, because this is running out. But I think everything is extremely important right now. Every last scan is going to be vital. And a scan here is still a couple of seconds away. Tanks are sieging up right now. Lurkers moving in. We'll start working on these tanks. But the lurkers in the back not actually really contributing in the fight. At the same time, there is going to be an unload on this drop on the right side. Oh, snipe, snipe, snipe. Big scan. Target fire on the lurker. Lurker will go down as this lurker burrows. Dying seconds of this scan, and the lurker also falls. There's a couple of queens still alive, but more marines are streaming in. The drop on the right side also will go in. And I think this actually is going to be it. A lot of income right now for the Barcode Zerg. 36 more links on the way, but without any tech, that's not going to be enough. GG gets called. The Cowboy wins the game here on Hardwire. Fantastic game of TVZ. Very back and forth, very entertaining, and of course, the Cowboy managing to win is always a good game in my book. So I really like the Cowboy father. He seems like a fantastic player. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.